Hello there, and welcome back to another episode of Crypto News with Julie Kennis. I'm your host, Julie Kennis. As always, this show is powered by the Gokhshtein News Network. Thank you all for tuning in, and I hope you're having a wonderful start to your day. I was very busy out this morning getting some content. Did not make it into the studio until just now. Like literally just now. But I have a banger show planned for today that I think you guys aren't really ready for. So if you guys are new here, feel free to jump in on the conversation over on YouTube. Smash the subscribe while you're over there if you can. And I can get to hopefully 1,600 subscribers sooner than later. Guys, the chat was a little feisty this morning. We had Mike Vollmer in the #1 position. Seems to like that spot. Jesse squeaking in at #2. Not too happy about it either. We had Peace of My Mind as #3. You guys, it's so fun with you all in the chat. You make every day fun. I come, I show up. I'm here for you guys. I'm here for you guys. Hello, John Legend the Legend. I hope you're doing well. Hope you have a good start to your day. Let's see. We've got the lovely Mama Shadow in the house. We've got Black Hat Team. We've got our friends. That's so wonderful. Chipper is here. Hello, Chipper. Welcome in. Chipper's been sending me some content, some information. Well, hello, Derp. I missed you yesterday, but I saw you. I was in the middle of blah, blah, blahing, and I just didn't get a chance to say hi. And then actually I ended the live stream. And then I had to go to Target, and I'm walking into Target, and you want to know what pops in my mind? I didn't say hi to Derp on the live stream. I hope he's not mad at me. So it's lovely to see you. Lovely to see. Yes, I was thinking about you on my way into Target. It happens. It happens, you guys. That's just how much you mean to me. On a personal level, I end the stream. I go about my daily life, and I'm thinking about you guys. Because I wouldn't show up, honestly, if it wasn't for you. I would have given up already. Hello, Soul. Welcome in. Hefe is in the chat. El Hefe. The vertical noob trap. Yeah, the vertical is a noob trap. Hello, Poe Man. Were you on Is that where you were? Is that where you were? That's funny. I do see people pop over there. The vertical it does not give the same chat access either as the horizontal. So it's always good to make sure you're in the right chat. That way we can have a good time hanging out with each other. Again, I had a busy morning. I went to Pioneer Village, which is a famous place here in town. And there's a lot of historic buildings there. And you guys know I like me some history. I couldn't believe that my son actually wanted to go with me, because usually my kids are kind of, whatever. Last night, my daughter was a yes. She wanted to come. And then this morning, it was a no. She wanted to stay and relax because she had the day off of work. So I let her stay home and relax. Me and my son went about it. And I'm going to tell you, I don't want to give too much away of what's going to happen in this episode, but I have an interaction that like almost left me in tears. Like I literally am interviewing this person, and I had tears in the corners of my eyes, and I could not, I'm holding the phone and I'm interviewing, and I'm like, got so much going on trying to capture this that I couldn't wipe the tears away from my eyes, but it was very special. It was very special. So I hope you guys all tune in for that. My son makes a little bit of a cameo. He even talks on camera. I'm surprised. I like grabbed the mic and I gave it over to him, and he actually gave me a good little soundbite. I'm like, look at you. Taken after your mom. Makes me proud, you guys. Makes me proud. But it was a crazy busy day there. I didn't expect it to be on and popping, but TV stations were there, radio stations were there. It was cracking. And it's like 100 degrees here. It's so hot. When I left there, I was melting. And so, my son, he's in a bit of a pickle right now. He's got his braces put on. He's officially at 24 hours with the first set of braces on, and he's not too happy about it. He told me 3 times yesterday he just wants a cheeseburger. Last night I was feeling really bad because you could just tell he was hating life. And, you know, my little mama heart, I wanted to like fix it and make it better for him. And, you know, he's like, I want him off already. And I'm like, oh, only 22 more months, honey. Only 22 more months. I did tell him though, that it seems like a long time at the time, but then you'll have a beautiful smile forever after that. And I basically just keep telling him we put a Ferrari in his mouth because braces are $6,800, I think is what the total came out to. I'm like, whoo, making big payments. That's okay though. He's worth it, you guys. The kids are worth it. So we're getting them all ready for back to school. It's going to be an exciting week next week. He said, WTF, get a cheeseburger for that boy. I can't. He can't eat. He tried to eat a single French fry, and he right now only has the bottoms on. And so we're going to go back next month to get the tops put on. I'm kind of happy that we only are addressing one side right now, because I thought, well, he's only got part on, so it shouldn't hurt that bad. But he took one French fry, put it in his mouth, and as soon as he went to pull, he threw the French fry out, and he's like, I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want it. So I feel really bad. So he's been living on like milkshakes. I did get him some protein shakes. He wanted some like applesauce and stuff like that. I made him some Jell-O. He wasn't having the Jell-O. He wasn't having. Hello, Toxic. Welcome in. Welcome in. We're just getting the show started here. It's not as hot here in the studio, so I don't need to worry about like me melting today. So that's good. Yeah, ice cream has been his friend. It has been his friend. So this morning, before we hit Pioneer Village, we went to Starbucks and I got him a Frappuccino. And then after that, he got like a Gatorade, and he said he really likes the wide mouth Gatorade. Is easy for him to drink because he's like, even puckering his lips to try and drink through a straw kind of puts a little bit of pressure there on the mouth. He's not loving it. He's not loving it. So, and you know, he just, who am I ignoring? Who am I ignoring? Worst case. Okay, wait, hold on. We got worst case is he won't see straight in the mirror. Problem solved. You're welcome. Thank you. I see you, Po Man. Now I'm going to read all of your comments out loud. He says, in Massachusetts, it's like being in a fishbowl. It's humid and hot. It is literally melting. It is melting. It's hot. Yes, caffeine and sugar. I got him all drugged up. He's happy. He's a happy boy. By the time he had the Frappuccino, and he said he wasn't as hungry this morning. You know how if you've ever done an extended fast, you'll find you get really hungry towards the end of an evening, but you can go to sleep, and when you wake up the next morning, that hunger is like completely gone. If you've ever done like a 3 or a 4 day fast, you'll find in the evening, that's always when it gets the worst, is you just get more hungry towards the evening. But as long as you're staying hydrated and stuff, he should be fine. So, but yeah, instead of him living on milkshakes, I got him, he loves the Premier protein. So we went to the store and he picked out his favorite flavor, and we've got that chilling for him. So he'll be able to, you know, do what he can to keep himself full. He knows it's only going to be temporary. So, all right, you guys, that is the intro of the show. We do have a banger show to get into for you today. Because I am, let me tell you, sat here and I'm like, I have 20 minutes to get this show prepped. I got it. We got it in, guys. Bitcoin has had a little bit of a dippy dip today. Not too much, though, and we'll get into why. But let's go ahead and dive into the crypto charts. Oh my gosh, you guys are cracking me up in the comments. I hate when I forget to fast and then I eat ice cream. That happens to me too. Let me tell you. Sometimes I feel like if I haven't eaten all day, then I deserve a bowl of ice cream, which is like today. So here we are at Bitcoin, just down slightly from yesterday, but not, I would call this a sideways trend. Honestly, there's some CPI data coming out that is potentially having an impact, making us down ever so slightly, $125 on Bitcoin. Not bad. Not bad on the daily. So we're trading at 64,465 right now. The rest of the market is mixed. Ethereum has managed to stay above 1900 in the 1907. Looking good there on Ethereum. I would love to see Ethereum back in the 2000 range. I feel like it's coming, guys. Solana is down though. It was sitting at 74 yesterday, currently sitting at 72.94. Let's take a look at Chainlink because I feel like it's forever at $8. Forever at $8. And then look at our ADA. ADA popped all the way up to 20 cents. 14-cent ADA is not on the table anymore, you guys. Hello, Blocky. Welcome in. He says he's playing with the grandbaby right now. How sweet. Babies are the sweetest. My friend was messaging me this morning, and she's like, I don't know what the deal is, but all of a sudden I'm having baby fever. I'm like, you're a woman. We do that. We just, it might not ever even seem logical, but then we're just like, I want a baby now. What, do you even have a boyfriend? No, but I want a baby. You're a woman. That's just how it is. Hopefully that continues, you guys. Population collapse is real. But at the end of the day, I almost feel like, here's what I'm feeling like. I feel like population collapse was by design, and that perhaps the things that were put into place have been frozen forever. But I do feel like perhaps, I'm just going to continue on. I'm just going to continue on, and perhaps you guys can see me. I don't know. And now, oh my gosh, all my viewers are dropping off now. All of my viewers are dropping off. Come on. Come on, internet. Get it together. Okay. I can tell I'm back. So I have to wonder if sometimes it's all part of the plan that if it's our own choice to not have children and population collapses because it's our decision, then we have no one to blame but ourselves, right? So I feel like that is part of the plan. And it seems like if you listen to the different heads of AI companies speak, none of them are really pro population the way we are, And so it's, again, no form of eugenics has ever been popular. There's no way that it has ever gone down in a way that is not highly criticized. And that is, probably one of the more ethical ways you could say, otherwise it's like, are you just like eliminating entire populations? Or are you saying like, oh, these people struggle to make it as a society, so therefore, just leave them for feast or famine? I don't know. I feel like the push to make both genders not want kids anymore was probably by design because they knew. Yeah, internet be rugged. I don't think I'm frozen right now, though. I don't think I'm frozen right now. We'll see. I've really probably only got like 2 weeks left here, and then I'm gonna figure out the hardwire internet situation at my house. So, yeah, Blocky, I'm excited for you. He says being a grampy. That's cute. Being a grampy must be amazing because it's like you get all the perks of having the baby around, but not all of the stressors of the baby, like actually caring for it. I'm frozen again. Am I frozen again? Oh no, that was 2 minutes ago. Okay, I just saw your text, Mike. Thank you. Thank you. Guys, I don't know what's up with the internet. I'm going to go pull it in here. I'm going to bring it right up to my computer. I actually probably could. Oh, it's Blocky's fault. Well, we're going to blame it on Blocky now. Blocky's playing with the baby. Leave Blocky alone. Leave Blocky alone. All right. I'm just jealous. I'm just jealous because he's getting baby cuddles. All right, let's go ahead and move and see what the rest of the market is doing. Top 100, mostly red. Mostly red. We've got a couple of outliers. This UB's back. ADA had the nice little pump. Love to see it. ADA deserves to be at 20 cents. Wonder what the motive there is on the pump on ADA, because they've had quite a bit of good information, good things coming out, positive things coming out. And I can't fathom why the price of ADA has not been reflective of everything that's been built out on it, delivered on it. All the people that loved ADA, championed for ADA. I don't know. I don't know, you guys. So I want to see more movement on ADA. I still love ADA. I do. I do. All right, you guys. So there we are. We've got a mixed top 100. You guys, you want to stick around. I've got 12 people on the show. I hope my internet does not rug anymore, because this last article that I have on the show today is absolutely outrageous, and I can't wait. I cannot wait. So let's go ahead and get into the breaking news. All right. This says the U.S. Appellate Court mandate affirms Sam Bankman-Fried's conviction. So 3 circuit judges disputed the former FTX CEO's claims that the defunct crypto exchange investors could have been made whole and wouldn't have experienced any losses. Now let's get into it. The U.S. Court of Appeals in the 2nd District issued a formal mandate upholding the conviction sentence of the former FTX CEO, Sam Bankman-Fried. Hold on, I'm going to cough. Now I'm buffering. All right, I think I'm back, you guys. I don't know what's worse today, me or the internet. I think it's me. It's probably me. Okay. So let's get into it, because I think this is a super interesting case. So let's talk about it again. On Tuesday, the Second Circuit filed the court mandate upholding its ruling, affirming the lower court decision, convicting the CEO on 7 felony counts and sentencing him to 25 years in federal prison. 3 circuit judges disputed SBF's claims in the appeals that FTX had sufficient liquidity to ensure that investors were made whole and would not experience any losses. It also upheld New York court $11 billion forfeiture order as part of the criminal case. As the district court recognized, any contention that SBF lacked the intent to defraud is because he intended to eventually repay his customers and was legally misleading was legally misleading because the wire fraud statute encompassed temporary misappropriation of money or property. So as the district court made clear, FTX customers were defrauded as soon as SBF transferred their money to Alameda, regardless of how strongly he believed he might later return the money. So while the appellate mandate is now official, SBF has a few legal routes to seek a potential early release from prison, including through a pardon by U.S. President Donald Trump or an appeal to the Supreme Court. So at this point, he would need to appeal the Supreme Court. Now, while I think it's super interesting, is because they continued to uncover a lot of hard wallets that had customer funds on it. And so as they were starting to uncover this, uncover that, uncover all of these funds, they started to realize that they actually did have a lot of the money that they needed to make customers whole. The problem here, they're saying, is because they took customer money and transferred it from their account to another one of their accounts is where the issue was. Now, he spent so much time lobbying with different political constituents of different sides of the aisle to have people kind of on his team. And so I think he's going to continue to push back against this. If he's able to get it overturned, then I guess, does he get this 11 billion forfeiture back? So this is where it's funny, because then it becomes, does the $11 billion become SBFs, or do they become property of the U.S. government? If it's property of the U.S. government, why would they want to give it back? I don't think that they would want to give it back. So if the U.S. government has a chance to take $11 billion, why would they give it back? Unless they just, let them out and then they keep that. But to me, if they're gonna overturn it, they've got to overturn all of it, right? You can't just overturn part of it. You got to overturn all of it. So interesting. It'll be interesting to see what happens. I think his best shot would be Donald Trump, but I don't know that him and Trump were like buddies. I'm pretty sure he was, buddy with Barack Obama, if anybody. And Democrats were not big onto crypto anyway, which is the other kind of weird thing to me is, I don't know. I guess it's kind of on both sides. It's on both sides. So, but he made substantially higher contributions to the left than the right. And so the way that Donald Trump is, to me, would be like, why would he do this guy any favors? He wasn't doing anything to help him. So, all right, let's move on because we keep talking about it. It's the story that will never die. The U.S. Senate will vote on Clarity crypto bill without any question this week. So I really don't want to read this whole article. Mostly because I'm going to start coughing again, so I'm not going to do that. But basically, they're going to vote. It may be Friday, but it may be Saturday. They may go into this weekend, but then they're going to break for recess. They will be gone until September. They kick the can down the road. Clarity Act will be back up for review, but we're headed into September, and then we're like, how the last 3 months of the year go, right? October, November, December, boom, it's like the end of the year. It's like crazy time, right? So let's go ahead and take a look and see where we're at on the poly market. Where is the Clarity Act, and will it be signed into law into 2026? We're now at a 17% chance. It's just a 17% chance. So, not looking hot. Not looking hot. Now, imagine there's people on the inside who kind of more or less know what's going to happen, right? They know where people sit on what side of the aisle, whether they're pro-crypto or anti-crypto, pro-Trump, anti-Trump. Remember, this is considered a Trump bill. And so with that being said, we're at 17%. This is not going to get signed into law. It's just not. It's just not. So October, November timeframe hits and bears go back into hibernation. Look at that. I like it. All right. I do have this fun, weird article to get into to end the show with today. So you guys are going to love this one. 10 weirdest things ever tokenized, including farts. That's right. After talking about tokenizing cows and that going viral, but it is just the latest in a string of really weird things that have found a home on chain. So let's dive into it and hear about all of the weird and wonderful things that people have decided should be tokenized. So Brazil's B3 stock exchange made headlines last month when it tokenized cows went viral. A farmer in southern Brazil was able to use 10 cows as collateral for a 100,000 Brazilian real loan by virtually herding them onto a blockchain-based holding pen, demonstrating how farmers can literally milk their assets for credit. It raises the obvious question: if cows can be tokenized, what else can be tokenized? From dairy cows to a year's worth of farts, here are 10 of the weirdest and strangest things that have gone on chain. That's right. Number 1 would be a year's worth of farts. When BlackRock chief executive Larry Fink said every asset will eventually be tokenized, he probably wasn't thinking about flatulence. And yet that is exactly what happened here. Every bit as appealing as, well, yes, a year's worth of farts, it has to be a contender for the strangest thing to make it on chain. During the pandemic, when most of the people were baking bread or leveling up on Duolingo, a filmmaker recorded his own farts and minted each as a non-fungible token. They say farts are like children. You will only ever have your own. But the novelty factor meant that his farts were selling for 0.05 ETH each, or about $85, proving that every asset has its price. So, who would have thought? I have been in this industry since the pandemic, and I had no idea that this was even occurring. So, real world asset, Julian Mama S's feet. Let's go. Out of the back of the banana. All right, number 2 is cows. We know about the cows. Let's get on. Whiskey barrels. Whiskey barrels. When you think of sharing a whiskey, you probably have not thought about having tokenized whiskey. But just like high-end collectible, Scotch whiskey typically increases with value as it matures. Talk about lifting your spirits. I remember we had minted some wine on chain. I never did that, but I remember when they were minting wine on chain. Let's see. Racehorse ownership has long been reserved for the ultra wealthy, with those with deep enough pockets to cover hundreds of thousands in breeding, training, and upkeep, and a fancy hat to wear at the racetrack. Fun fact, in Australia, the hats that the women wear, they're not hats. They're actually called fascinators, and it's more like a feather clip piece that they'll clip to their hair. They're really pretty. After seeing like the Kentucky Derby and like the big silly hats the women wear, compared to like how the Australian women dress for their races, the fascinators with the dress, looks so beautiful and classy. But then I'm like, well, it's the Kentucky Derby. What do you expect? It's Kentucky. Anyways, I do love going to the racetrack. So, but tokenization in its beginning to chip away at those elitist barriers which divided the ownership of real thoroughbred horses into digital shares. Investors can buy a stake in the animal and share in any prize money, breeding income, or future sale proceeds without purchasing an entire horse. That was part of Stableman's. I wonder if that's still around. I mean, in theory, that could work, right? Like you buy a share of a racehorse, and then that racehorse gets bred out for money, wins races for money, all of these things, you get a stake in it. I don't know. That's kind of a cool way to tokenize something. Uranium. I have not heard about this one. If your mind turns to treasures and private credit when thinking about tokenized real-world assets, it might be a shift to consider uranium, the radioactive metal better known for its role in nuclear power. But that's what Tezos backed Metals.io is doing. Tezos co-founder Arthur Breitman says the blockchain technology excels at building reliable, audible, and cost-efficient financial rails for any asset, but is particularly aligned with technology-flavored commodities like uranium. Brightman says that trading volume between November 2024 and July of 2026 was 21.5 million over approximately 18,200 trades and around 7,400 unique wallets. This is the first I'm hearing about people trading uranium. Interesting. All right. Fishy revenue. One of the most unusual proposal tokenization platforms that Bricken received came from a Chilean fish processing company that wanted to issue tokenized debt with returns tied to the value of the fish it sold. The token represented the lender's contractual claim, while the interest payable adjusted according to the company's verified sales performance. In effect, it was tokenized revenue linked to debt instruments. So, interesting. I guess it's no different than, there was a farmer I knew who was, it wasn't on chain, but he was like almost crowdfunding. It was called, I can't even remember. Farm share, maybe. farm share, and I forget what the prices were. It was like 15,000, 30,000, up to 100,000. And then like your purchase determined like how much of the proceeds of the crop that was produced that year that you would get back. Anyway, did the farmer have a dog? If I wish I had a farmer. And this is horrible to say, but I love my dog to death. We've had him for like 6 or 7 years now. He is just a cattle dog though. He's not an indoor dog. He's an outdoor dog. And where we live at the golf course is not ideal for him. Okay. What happens is these animals will come up from the golf course. Sometimes it's coyotes, sometimes it's skunks, sometimes it's possums, sometimes it's raccoons. There's all kinds of crazy creatures that come off of this golf course. And my dog gets his inner cattle dog going, and he's like, I'm going to round this bad boy up. And so he starts going crazy and losing his mind because now he's like on high alert because he thinks he needs to be working. It's a mess. I mean, I woke up at like 3 a.m. I couldn't go back to sleep. And I'll put like a video, like a story time for sleep to listen to on my phone. And I put it on, I fell asleep. And then I'm listening to the story and I'm like, why is there a dog barking in this story? And then I'm like, I turn it off and I like roll over to go back to sleep. And then I'm like, why is the dog still barking? Oh my God, it's my dog. He's been skunked a few times. I do not have my dog in an ideal environment. And so I wish I could find a farmer who wants to take my dog. I love him to pieces. I wish I could find someone. I have a few farmer friends. I have posted, please take my dog because then I can come see him still. My daughter could come see him still. But he needs animals to chase. And right now he's literally like a zoo animal in an enclosure and the animals come up and taunt him and it's a mess. It's a mess in the middle of the night. I'm sure my HOA loves me. All right. Moving on. Music royalties. People used to talk about music on chain all the time. And nobody talks about music on chain anymore. And there's a couple of reasons. I feel like peace of my mind says save Julie's dog. I'm sorry. I love my dog. I love my dog. He's a good boy. He needs to go chase some sheep and goat and some cattle, and he needs to be able to run and bark at all the things. He's a good boy. He's a good boy. And yeah, I'm just going to stop. Okay, he's a good boy. The problem with music on chain is there's no on-chain music player, right? So if you want to listen to music on chain, you were like scrolling through, I don't know, OpenSea to find music NFTs, and you can't just click through channels and listen to the music. I do think there is a place for music on chain, but you have to get the rest of it there. I do think music royalties, I think all of it could be on chain, but you have to get the end user part built out. Just because it's like, oh, we have a song and it's on chain. Well, nobody can listen to it. People want to listen to it in their car, or they want to listen to it on a run or while they're working out, or they just want to have flexibility with it. And I mean, I guess you download it and then you load it onto your iPhone and then you have it that way. I guess you could do it that way. But that's just it. Is nobody's doing it that way. If you're going to do it, you have to have like an app streaming service that you download to your phone, like Spotify, that has all the on-chain music on it. That's going to encourage people musicians who are not currently on chain to move on chain. I mean, music industry has evolved so much. I mean, nobody is sitting at a computer to burn a CD anymore. And the music industry was that way for a period of time. And so I think it just needs to evolve more. And I think people need to get back into thinking about how do you get music on chain to where the masses can enjoy it. Anyway, human skin. This one's got me weirded out. But if tokenized farts and cattle wasn't weird enough, what about parts of your own body? That's gross. It's exactly what Croatian tennis player Aleksandra Olikova did in 2021 when she auctioned off the advertising rights to a 15 by 18 patch of her skin on her right arm as an NFT. The winning bidder paid 3 Ether, or around 5,400 at the time, for the right to choose which tattoo she would wear during tournaments for a year. Athletes have long sold sponsorship space on shirts, helmets, and race cars. But she is the only one to take a step further, giving the whole new meaning to having skin in the game. That's actually really smart. I think that's actually really smart. I thought, as I was starting to read this, I was starting to think it was going to be like Soul Jakey, where, do you guys remember he used to have projects pay, I think it was like 10,000 in NFT, or 10,000 a tattoo. And he would get that project tattoo on his body. And so he has like a lot of just like really patchy NFT crypto type tattoos. But he was getting 10,000. Now, granted, she's getting 5,000 for a one-time, at the time, for the right to choose which tattoo she'd be wearing. But it was just a temporary tattoo. It was just a temporary tattoo that she would wear during the game. And so, yeah, like, I think it's brilliant. I'm surprised more people haven't done that. A burned Banksy. So most art collectors like to preserve a masterpiece, but crypto collectors then set them on fire, making it a point about digital ownership. In 2021, a group calling itself Burnt Banksy bought a Banksy print titled Moron's Wife and for around 95,000. They live streamed themselves burning it and then minted the destruction. That leaves you scratching your head. There was a method to the madness. In fact, there were other people who did this as well. What was his name? Damien Hirst. Damien Hirst had in his collection, you would decide whether you wanted the physical or you wanted the digital. And if you wanted the digital, he would destroy the physical. And so there would be no physical of that one. I thought it was really cool. But this is when like NFTs and like, think about like people were so innovative and like at the time it was this really interesting hybrid of like creativity and technology and being like artistic. And so all of this really cool stuff came out in 2021, 2022, and none of it is around anymore. Most of it did not survive, and it's unfortunate. I would love to see there be some sort of revival, especially in the NFT sector. The first tweet. Yeah, Jack's just setting up my Twitter. I remember when that one sold. 2.9 million. Yeah, that became a symbol of the NFT boom. So that's it, you guys. Top 10 craziest things. Want to know who's going to be the next one to start minting farts on chain? $85 in ETH. $85 in ETH. Bring back Napster, damn it. All right, you guys, we were a little silly today. We do that sometimes. Sorry the internet was bugging. It happens sometimes. I've got some editing to do. Dingleberries. You guys are silly. You guys are silly. I just started checking the chat. If you guys are new here, smash the subscribe. I will be back tomorrow at 1 o'clock Pacific time. As always, this show is powered by the Gokhshtein News Network and is sponsored by our good friends over at Personas. Let's take a word from our sponsors.
Social media taught us how to post, scroll, and react, but not always how to truly remember. Our most meaningful memories are everywhere, hidden in camera rolls, old messages, voice notes, and forgotten folders. Personas brings those memories together, creating a living memory profile you can keep adding to as life goes on. Photos, voice clips, videos, and personal stories become the foundation of a Personas, built from real memories. The people who know you best can add the moments only they remember. Stories, photos, voice notes, and milestones. With memory requests, nothing is added without approval. Every story is reviewed, accepted, and preserved with care. Personas is different by design, not built for attention, but built for meaning, connection, and legacy. It is not about replacing someone. It is about preserving the voice, wisdom, and love they chose to leave behind. A Personas can grow through every chapter, from childhood to family to future generations, still adding to the story. This is Personas, a new way to share who we are, remember who we love, and keep stories connected. Personas, built for memories, designed for connections.
Isn't it cool, that little thing there in the middle? That's the memory galaxy. Every time you add a new memory, you can add things to the memory, and your memory galaxy will be filled up and dotted with all of this stuff. Mike Mulmer, stop making me laugh in the middle of my live stream. Oh, we have the lovely Angel Paws is here, you guys. She's on the vertical, though. You're on the vertical. It's not going to work, Amelia. You got to move it. Move it. So the memory galaxy is super cool, you guys. I am going to spend some time this weekend getting back into my Personas. I'll probably do a weekend live stream, probably Saturday. I'm going to get back into it, upload some more memories. Yes, the memory galaxy. I know. See, I get to play with all the fun tools on Personas. If you want to play with Personas with me, that sounds bad. If you want to play with your Personas, or if you want to register to join Personas, go to personas.com. There's a link in my description. And if you click that, you can put in your email address, and put that the email address will get you signed up to be one of the first to get in. So we're getting close, and we need everybody, all hands on deck. Go register. It's like, I'm going to need Amelia. You're going to have to do it. You're going to have to do it. There she is. Paz is back. She says, I'm back. You know, everybody was looking for you earlier in the show. They were actually asking about you in the comments. Yes, she's here. She's here. She has the day off of work, so she's here today. She's so silly. Yeah, she boycotted going with me on my adventure. So she's going to have to watch my YouTube video so she can see all the fun things that me and her brother got into today without her. All right, you guys, that's the show for today. I will be back tomorrow. Feel free to smash the subscribe. Help me get to 1,600, and I will catch you all on the next one. Thanks for tuning in.